All right, so it looks as if over the weeks, Ghanaian comedians have come under serious attack, especially on social media, after some one or two gigs by some of the comedians. Now, the story is such that we seem to be going against them because of their materials. I'm asking, what do you want them to say? How do you want them to say it? Let's have a discussion on that here on the Real Talk on Sammy Flex TV. And of course, I'm going to do that with one of the strongest brands in our comedy industry. His name is Lekzy, Decomic. He has been performing outside Ghana. He went to Nigeria for some one or two gigs, and he's back. Are they going to approach this issue now that we are saying, don't say this about this, don't say this about that person, and matters arising? My name is Sammy Flex, and I'm here on the Real Talk with Lekzy, Decomic, with production done by Digital Rasta as well as Richie Flex. Lekzy, welcome.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here.
Yeah, I know. I've been waiting for you for this particular opportunity.
Yeah.
You have been out of the country, traveling in and out. What was taking you out?
Actually, I went to the state, Lagos State.
When you said I went to the state, I thought we were going to California or something.
Oh, I came State College.
I never knew it was Lagos State.
Oh, so yeah, it's the same comedy vibe that took me to Nigeria. All this while I've been praying that I expand my territories, and God willing, last year God opened the way for me to go and support my brother a cappella on his my mic and I. That's a special, but he called me in to come and support him, and the response was crazy, like mad out there. So yeah, that's all for now I can say. I actually went to Togo too with Abeku Santana to go entertain his audience. You know, he has this tourism.
Yeah.
I think he's
Kaya tours.
Yeah, so he converted people from Ghana. People came all the way from the diaspora to Ghana to see some few stuff, and he took them to Togo. So he needed somebody to spice the place up, and took me to Togo along to go and entertain the people there. So yeah, last year God was good to me.
Now, can we say it is now time for Ghana comedy now? Is this your season since you guys seem to be flying in and out over and over?
It's always been our time. Just that sometimes it can be your time, but it is not your turn. Yes, but I would say that this time it is our turn, but it's been our time since. But now that people are really paying attention to us, so basically that is all.
What has changed, or better still, what changed?
I would say hard work and consistency, and the number of years that we've invested in the like building this craft. This is now that people are now paying so much attention. I think the controversies too buzzing around the whole industry is also contributing a factor to our because way back when we're doing all the right goody things, the buzz wasn't really coming. But now when you are there and somebody just pops up, why did you say this? Why did you do that? Why did you even dress like this? Why were you even like trying to imitate this person? When all these things come up, then like people were like, oh, so we know this comedian here, this comedian there. So that's how come the vibrancy and all this attention we are getting came about. But we've been we've been in the game for quite a number of years doing our own thing. Me personally, I've been in this is my 7th year doing stand-up comedy. So.
But the vibe, is it coming with money, or is it just coming with the attention, the fact that we are mentioning Lekzy, the comic, we are mentioning this and that?
Oh, it's coming with money. It's coming with money because every time I keep saying, when I joined comedy last 6 or 7 years ago, you beg for opportunities. Now people call you and they rather beg you to be like cool with them with your pricing. Meaning now they know that there is value to what we are doing. So it's coming with money because the more bars you get, people would want to see you. So the more they want to see you, the more your ratings also shoots up. So yeah, basically that is it.
See, now let's do this. I know the discussion has been between Ghana comedians and Nigerian comedians. Finally, Charterhouse provided a platform where you guys had equal representation, 4 from Ghana, 4 from Nigeria. Some of us, we missed the opportunity to see the event, but then you were there. You saw everything that happened. How was the exchange like?
This one I would have left it for the audience to judge. Those who came to the.
Unfortunately, you also have the power to judge.
Okay, so that comparison that has been there, in a way, I would say it has been good to us It never made us relax, because the fact that you know that, oh, you are going to a show that has Bovi, a cappella, maybe Basket Mouth, and these are huge brands. So it makes you sit right and put in your best. So the comparison has been good, but this particular year, not because I'm a Ghanaian, but I would say we were on top of our game. Anybody that came into the auditorium that day would testify to it that the Nigerians tried their best. They got the people laughing. But the ones that because nobody can tell the Ghanaian story better than us. You see, when they come, they mostly compare Ghana to Nigeria. And they always make Ghana look like we are the goody ones, Nigeria. But nobody has really brought the other side of Ghana that will make people relate to it. So this time around, when we had 4 Ghanaians on it, we were rather there to tell our story. So Ghanaians could really connect to it. Who can tell Doomsday story better than Ghanaians? Who can talk about the political story better than us? Who can talk about the religious story, the Ghanaian religious story better than us? So yeah, that was the magic that got us on top of our game on the night. And the organizers were really happy. From what George Quay told me and a few other journalists, Kwame Jan for instance, he said you guys really, really nailed it. And I think it's a step in the right direction.
So can we say with authority that you guys are now rubbing shoulders with your Nigerian counterpart in comedy?
This question. Nigerian, I would say even Basket Mouth's career alone is older than Ghana stand-up comedy. We are still learning from them. We are still trying to adapt ways and means to meet their where they are, because they are making more proceeds. If you see the lifestyle of some of them, yeah, the talent is there, but showbiz talent is not enough. Yeah. What the talent fetches you is also what. So we are making money, but until we make money as much as they are doing, I can't say we are really, really, really at the same level with them. But in terms of talent, God has been good to us. Anytime we meet them, it's a shutdown.
But why is the story different? It is the same audience you guys are performing for. It is the same money each is paying. So why are they making money and you guys in Ghana are not making money?
It's not like we are not making money at all. But the numbers they command is more than us. The same way, the money I would command, maybe some of the upcoming comedians might not make same amount. And the foreigners, some of them have been here numerous times and they've nailed it. So when they say, I need this amount, because now the audience want to see them. Now we are growing brands, trying to emerge and make Ghana stand-up comedy stand. But or they have a standing brand that people already feed on. So when they say they are commanding for certain amounts, they do. But we are now growing. But now with God, with the past few years that I've been in comedy, now yeah, we are clocking a few digits, which is a step. If we're looking at 3 years away from now, maybe we might be able to catch up with.
I know whilst you were in Nigeria, you also had the opportunity to roam or live with some of them. Lifestyle, the living of the Nigerian comedian, the living of the Ghanaian comedian, are you guys at par?
No.
What is the difference, and how wide is that difference?
When we say someone is a superstar, over the Nigerian comedians are living like musicians. The life Shatawale is lives here that we complain. Comedians live the same life. Some of them are having mansions, cars, all the big cars you could dream wagons, they have it. So they are living the life. They are living the dream. So in terms of lifestyle, I won't even there go near. But when the things I saw over there, I prayed. And I told God, if I leave this country, please shower your blessing, because this is what we've all been praying and seeking for. Over there, a big man can just slap your face with some huge amount of money whilst you are performing. They spray money. Ghana, you don't get that. I remember I went to perform for a church. Kenny Black, I learned his first car was even bought for him by a pastor.
Because of how he does his things.
He just carved a joke around him, and he told the man of God something. The man said, "No worry, I'll give you a car." And I tried a similar formula on a Ghanaian pastor. I told him the joke was the man bought him a car, and his first car, so everybody should clap for the pastor. Everybody clapped. He said, "Daddy, it happened in my dream. So how will you make it manifest in real life?" And The pastor said, don't worry, after church. And he got the car. So I tried that same thing at Kumasi, one pastor. After I said the same thing, I said, you buy me a car, blah, blah. Pastor said, go back to your dream. I think you didn't. It is not me that you saw. So you can see that there is a clear difference, like how they understand. And you know, Nigerians, they are show off people. They would they would do it for people to say that, oh, this is this big man that giving you this big man who is holding you down. And but Ghana here, who no, it's the difference. You have to hustle your way out. Or you get what, or maybe one good man or somewhere, like how Funny Face met is at Debayo. So as I'm talking like this, if maybe Suleiman Taritu is listening, what Adebayo can do, he can do better. Then like, yeah, we can all keep going like that. But in terms of lifestyle,
you guys
we can't.
Wow. All right, so this is the comedy discussion here on the Real Talk segment on Sammy Flex TV, and we are surely doing it with a pro. His name is Lekzy, Decomic. Anytime you need him, you just hit him on any of his social media handles, and of course, his channel on YouTube is very active. You can also check him out there and get some vibe. Now, let's come to Ghana. I hear some vibe around town that it seems comedy events are becoming too many. You pass this corner, so and so doing his comedy. That corner, so and so doing his comedy. Almost every corner, someone is doing a comedy show. Do you also agree? And let me add that they are saying the quality of some of these small shows they go to. That is how sometimes people think, oh, money funny. Because you have a corner and no blast it. Then they use that to describe almost everybody who came on the platform. First of all, do you agree the platforms are becoming too many? And do the people also deliver well when they get such platforms?
Okay, so now let me state this clear. We have what we call the comedy club and a real proper comedy event. Okay. So we have platforms that, like the ones we do in the pubs and all. Comedians come there to try their new materials for the bigger stage. So it's not like it's too many. Try our new material, because maybe I might try it on Sammy Flex platform. People will laugh. I'll go to another platform. It won't work, meaning the joke is not really complete. I need to adjust. So the mini platforms also contribute to us being perfect when you see us on the top platforms. When I went to Nigeria, I'll still use them. I was told that they have about 500 A-list comedians.
500?
500. Underground comedians are not
counted.
Not counted. Just for the Lagos state, not the whole Nigeria. Lagos state has 500 popular stand-up comedians. And all of them have a comedy club. They do it. I don't see why somebody would have to move from Sotum all the way to maybe Tema to go and watch. If Sotum people have their comedy club, La Paz, they have some, everybody. So on a random day, Friday, you want to go and have fun, you can walk into a comedy club. Now, the challenge now might be the quality of the event, which that one, I think with time, we'll get there. We'll get there. But the numerous comedy platforms, we need it. I can't downplay that. We really,
so you don't think they're becoming too many?
They are not too many. When things become too many, at some point, many will fall. So I don't want to rebuke anybody trying to start a comedy. If you are in for business, you push it till you get to the top. But if it is not, you just saw an opportunity and you want to just capitalize on it, with time you fall. So no matter how many they are, I think with time, like the quality will still stand.
Sorry. Sorry about that. I'm sure you can get some cold water to also cool down a little bit. Sorry about that. Yes, and this one too is very chilled. Not the one you would like, though.
I think some of these organizers are fighting me through my throat.
No one should fight Lekzy. We beg you, pa. Allow him, give him his free voice. Let him do his thing. We beg you guys, don't fight him at all. All right, so it is still the Real Talk here with Lekzy, Decomic, who is being challenged by some organizers or some event producers, but still, life goes on. We will continue with our conversation, and after that, we'll give him some time to rest. Sorry about that. Then let's continue. Now, because you have agreed or you have told us that it is not as if every platform is for the A-listers. Some platforms are for beginners. Then can we say that maybe we don't do it here and there? We look for just some platform in the name of Lekzy, who is now a household name, one in the name of, say, Obi Foster. So it doesn't become too many for the young ones to show their immaturity more.
One thing I would say is Accra is too small for us. I think most of our colleagues should also expand, go to other, because we have places like Takrade, Sunyane, Futa region and all. So that it doesn't make it look like we are all feeding on the Accra audience. And one thing I realize is comedy audience are the same. Where you might go to DKB show, the same people might come to Lekzy show, the same people, like a chunk of them might go to Obi show. So if they see the same faces over and over again, it becomes boring. So I feel some of us should also, it's not, the platform can be many, but we can spread it out, like Tamale, Takrade. So maybe on the weekend, some of the comedians are performing Accra, some are also in Takrade, some of them. So that by the time you get back from Takrade to you get new material. Yes. Then some people will hear that, oh, you went someone, a comedian, Lekzy went to Takrade, shut the place down. So the next time when I'm in Accra, and the ones who shut down Accra too are in Tamale, like, people will be like, okay, we want to also have a feel of what you did in Takrade. I think the whole thing is centered around Accra, which is the reason why some of them seem to be like too many. We should just expand. Maybe I will take mine to Kumasi, one will take his to Takrade, so that we can spread out and grow our numbers.
Now, do comedians still joke sometimes?
Comedians think alike.
Explain. What do you mean by they think alike? Because if you think alike, it will still not be the same.
Something might happen. Like earlier on, we were discussing about the flights and Nigeria trip and all. You could clearly see that mostly what I experienced over there, you might have also have experienced the same thing. So if you are going to talk about how they treated you at the airport, you'll say that if I am sitting back, I'll be like, there are some similarities. Maybe the punchline might not be the same, but there is some might steal, but not all. But there will be some similarities. You can sometimes meet some of my colleagues and I'm like, I have this concept and I want to develop, and I say that the person will be like, look into my book. I have something same. Like I've dropped so many jokes when I go to comedy shows and a comedian is trying something that I have in mind. I've never discussed with anybody. And I feel like, no, already this guy has done it. I can't do the same. So mostly comedians think, I know Sammy Flex TV, there are so many concepts that some people have already started and we're like, this thing I was planning to do it, but how did this guy like get this info and started doing it? So I think if you have an idea, you just shoot it. You're good to go. But comedians mostly we think alike.
Okay. Now let's come to recent happenings. Not long ago, our colleague, that is Obi Amponsah, was on the City FM December to Remember platform where he made a joke, or he put out a joke on ex-President Mahama, and I'm sure he has not been fined ever since, because some people came attacking from left, right, and center. Now I'm asking, when you guys put out materials, should we, the consumers, take them as you put it out, or we should always see it as jokes?
Okay, so now let me explain comedy or something that generates laughter. You see that sometimes Sammy Flex might be sitting on this chair or couch, and you stand up, and I pull the couch behind, but you think the couch is still behind you, and you fall. You are expecting everybody to say sorry, but we will laugh because we knew now you are hurt, but everybody is laughing. No joke will land without hurting anybody. If I decide to talk about fat people, slim people will be happy, but fat people wouldn't be happy. If I decide to talk about short people wouldn't be happy, tall people will be happy. If the joke is not directed to you, you would always find it funny. And I feel when people go to comedy shows, they should just psych themselves that we are here to laugh. Don't take things too personal. It is always own that maybe Ghanaians got to know. I've been warned by a minister of state before.
You don't mean it?
I'm serious. I won't mention the name. I performed, and right after performing, he came backstage asking, who is that comedian? Who is that comedian? And I came out and was like, gentlemen, don't ever talk about the party. They were attacking me. Like the man was so angry, they had to beg him and like, And he said anytime I'm on a bill, he won't show up for the show.
You don't mean this,
And I'm serious. Ghana here, one thing about us is you can't talk about religion. They always compare us to Nigerians. Nigerians, they are funny. They are Americans. They even compare us to Trevor Noah, the Kevin Hart. These people attack their leaders. Comedy is the truth, but we present it in the funny way. It's something that the layman cannot say. A comedian should be able to communicate that without to generate laughter, without you taking offense to it. But in Ghana here, if you talk about, there was a routine I did last 2 years about men of God, and I think they showed it on TV. My inbox, Mr. Sam, somebody cursed me. He gave me about 30 quotations, curses they gave to some individuals in the Bible. That why should I even talk about their pastor? But I've gone to Nigeria, seen the comedians on stage, and their senators and their rich men or whatever, they pick on them, and they even give them money. They even want their names to be made. I don't know why in our situation, every time a comedian does something, somebody needs to come and say, hey, it's a bad. When Obi did that joke, if they had not laughed, I think he would have felt bad. It would clearly show on his face. But when he dropped that point, I don't know if you watched, they were laughing. They were laughing. And we are people that we can blow things out of proportion. Maybe this thing could have slid, but no. They brought it, something that was within a certain auditorium and just a few people watched. Now they brought it out and made it huge. As if that joke could make that party or whatever lose so much votes, which is not cool.
Some people think it's because of the timing, the fact that we are entering into a serious political year where there will be campaign.
Haven't you seen what they did to Trump? They've done same to Trump. Buhari, Kenny Black made fun of Buhari 30 minutes on stage. Buhari, his vice president was there. He was making fun of him. And the man was laughing. So why is it that in Ghana we can't make... And you want us to write realistic jokes, things we can relate to. What can we relate to? If not about politics, if not about religion, if not about tradition, if not about culture, what at all can we write about? Should we go back to the concert party days where Papa been at a war and all kind of seminar, Papa Neko Shri as say, Papa the only thing. But when these people come, they mention Nigeria, NEPA. It's like this. Nigeria roads, bad roads. If it was a Ghanaian going to Nigeria to talk bad about Ghanaians to Nigerians, Ghanaians will attack us that why are we spoiling the country to another foreigner? But they always come here and they paint Nigeria black and make us look like we are the perfect country. They've never, and we laugh. But we can't do the same. Let me go to Nigeria, UK or anywhere and say I'm comparing UK to Ghana. The next minute, someone write, and why are you painting Ghana black to the outside world? You could have used the same platform to but every time they come here and they make fun of the bad things in Nigeria, and we laugh.
I see. Now, because of what happened, Obi had to apologize. Do you think the apology too was right as a comedian apologizing for a joke you put out?
Personally, I felt he shouldn't. You can't please everybody. You can't. But the Obi I know, personally, I know somebody had to push some buttons before he did that. But because that guy won't apologize for a joke that made if they had been angry, some were throwing bottles, I think he would be. But if you laugh at the joke and later the reaction he's getting, then then why do you laugh? Recently they said Pornhub. Ghanaians are rated number 2 on Pornhub. But if you talk about nudity or sex, Ghanaians are the first people to come and condemn you. Hey, why are you doing that? Who are the same people going to Pornhub to make us get number 2 on the ranking? We are in a way hypocrites. We are in a way hypocrites.
Do you think the apology was wrong?
It wasn't needed. It wasn't needed. But whichever way, things happen and we learn from it. So moving forward, maybe things like this we have to.
Because he's a friend, was he down? Was he emotionally down after the issues?
He's been through this before. I remember there was a DJ Switch saga like that. And I think Facebook gangsters and this thing, they came at him real hard. So I think this thing, just that there's one higher personality in it. So maybe I don't know whether it got to him, but the Obi I know, when who are bread. Like,
Have you picked a lesson from that yourself moving forward? Because I'm sure at a point he was even thinking, am I going to be on the December to remember because of some letters we saw from Honorable Sam Jata and co.
oh yeah, he himself has learnt his lesson. I've also learned. I know some of my colleagues too. They have. We are still in the learning process. Me, I've learnt my lesson. It got to a point I didn't want to even talk about religion again because of what you know that when the curses came through my inbox, the next show I played, I didn't really do well. So I felt like, hey, is the curse the guy sent to me in my inbox really working or what? But I think it was just a lie or something that I believed in. So we've learned our lesson. I personally too have learned, and I'll fine tune some of my writings. That's
Now, Lekzy is the one holding down Laugh Line Comedy. Let's ask him when the next event is happening and what we can also do to support. When are we doing the next one?
okay. So it got last year. We wanted to do Laugh Line just an annual event, but we realized because we started with the monthly comedy show, a lot of people became like fans of the monthly one. That's how come we brought it back again. But this particular year, this is a secret exclusive I'm releasing. We are doing an all African comedy night on the Laugh Line show. So comedians from Kenya, South Africa, so that people won't think that it's just our sister country or the Nigeria that has all the comedy. We want to expand the comedy, the taste of Ghanaians to other countries. So I'm getting comedians from Kenya, from South Africa, from Botswana, Uganda coming over to support me this time at the National Theatre. So
And when are we doing that?
I'm definitely September. The one I've been doing every.
Okay. I see. All right, guys. So, like I said, he has more on his YouTube channel. You can go there. That is Lekzy the Comic. That is what is the YouTube.
Yeah,
That's the YouTube.
Lekzy. Decomic is Decomic. I say this. Autocorrect will try to make it demonic. Change it back to Decomic, Decomic. And I'll keep supporting GH comedy. We've come and we've come to stay.
All right. Thank you so much, Lekzy, for being a part of today's show. And I believe it is going to be like that moving forward. My name is Sammy Flex. This has been The Real Talk with one of Ghana's finest in comedy. His name is Lekzy the Comic. Thanks to Digital Rasta Currency. Thanks to Richie Flex. I have just one name. My name is Sammy Flex. Let's do this some other time. We out of here.